these things pretty quick and to the point. Certainly we'll record it and put it on YouTube if you want to watch it later, always available. Today we're going to be talking about how to get more fans on your Facebook business page. And I recently did probably, I guess it was about a 45-minute presentation a few months back at the local state NAHU convention talking just about this. And, you know, I don't like to tell stories, but, you know, I had a pretty good crowd of well-balanced brokers, meaning, you know, there was young brokers, middle-aged brokers, old brokers, you know, everyone you could possibly imagine. And, you know, I kind of took a big question and answer at the end. And, you know, it's amazing how many people kind of came back to me and said, you know, we understand the stuff's important, but we don't understand how to really get to the next level. And, you know, the thing I always try to explain is that all social media really is an evolution of marketing. You know, I'm kind of a student of marketing, and when we think about the insurance industry, you know, we think back to the 50s and 60s, and people went door to door. I mean, that's what they did. And, you know, then the telephone became more relevant, and people did cold calling. You know, and then as time went on, people started to send things in the mail, mailers, and then obviously email became, you know, email and faxing. I remember the day when they used to do these mass faxes. So faxing and email, and then, you know, slowly but surely kind of social media kind of came out of nowhere. And I guess my point is the reason all of those things became relevant and people tried to use them to market is because the people on the other side, whether it was behind the door or on the other side of the phone or whatever, people paid attention to it, and it got your results. And, you know, people always ask me, well, what do you think about Facebook? And I say, look, personally, I don't like Facebook. I don't like Facebook at all. It creeps me out. You know, I'm a very private person. But on the flip side, I find myself using Facebook 4, 5, 6 hours a day because the consumer pays attention to it. And there are people out there that are zealots on Facebook. They're checking it every 3 minutes from their phone, from their laptop, from their iPad. So my point is forget everything you think you understand about social media and just understand the fact that it's relevant because other people pay attention to it. And it's no different than the other types of marketing that came into play. And just like knocking on doors and cold calling, obviously you can still do those things. It's just the percentage of success, you know, isn't what it used to be, right? It's decreased a lot. Social media will go that way eventually. Eventually the percentage of success will depreciate. However, in 2014, we're not there yet. It's still, you know, an incredible opportunity for you to get in front of your clients. So I apologize for rambling on, but I think those are important points. So here's an example of an agency that has a Facebook business page, and that's always kind of the first question. You know, I have a Facebook page for myself. Should I have one for my agency or you know, my firm? And the answer is absolutely yes. You want to have a separate page because now you can keep personal, and business. But the key to any successful page is distribution, okay? So let's just look right here on this page. You will see that they have 1,109 people that have come to this page and clicked this like button right here. So when somebody clicks the like button, they then become a fan or a like, and they become part of the distribution. So that means when you're posting content, it is going to those people's news feed. So if I click the home button, we can see Ken French's news feed, right? And these are people that I'm either friends with, or you'll see a few companies on here that I'm a fan of. So my point is that this is where the posts are seen and read. That being said, the goal for you guys is to grow that distribution. It's to get as many possible people to become fans of your page as you can. And it's not easy to do. Reason being, Facebook is maturing. People say, well, what does that mean, it's maturing? What it means is it's been going on now for 11 years. And, you know, maybe 7 years ago, you could just go, hey, I got a page for my business, like it. And 80% of the people would immediately like it. 2014, the consumer's a little smarter. Well, not the consumer. The average Facebook user is a lot smarter. And they've been using Facebook for a long time. They understand how it works. So my point is, is that instead of just saying, like my page, you have to give them a reason. There's got to be value there. And when you market the page to your clients, to your friends, to your high school buddies, you got to give them a reason. You got to give them some sort of purpose, for liking the page. And we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, so the first question I always get is how many fans, how many likes, what type of distribution should I have? And in 2014, I think this is the breakdown. You should have 50% of your clients. Your clients need to be the initial attack point. That's where you need to focus on first. So if you're just starting out or you have under 500 fans, you really want to get your clients to follow you. And the most common question I get is well, wait a minute. We're trying to get new business here. Why do we need to pay? We don't really care about our clients. And in my opinion, wrong attitude to have. One, you want to get your clients following you, just like email marketing, so that you can stay in front of them, keep them up to date with things occurring. That's going to help increase retention. But two, your goal of getting someone to connect with you is to tap into the people they're connected to. That's the whole point of Facebook. That's why Facebook is a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company, is because of what's called the viral aspect. So my point is you want to start with your clients, and I'm thinking you should have at least 50% of them. Then you want to try to tap into your potential clients. These may be leads that you get, people that did business with you but left, or they're kind of fooling around. You want to get 25% of them, and then you want to try to get 20% of the people from the history of your life. People say, well, what does that mean, the history of my life? It means all the people you went to high school with, college buddies, your neighbors, the guy you coach with in Little League, stuff happening in the community. All those people are a great potential fan of your agency page, not because they're going to buy insurance from you, but because you can tap into the people they know. And if those people ever go back to that guy and say, hey, what do you think about Bob's Insurance? Oh, Bob's Insurance, I coach Little League with him. Boom, sale, referral. So my point is that there are no bad fans. And that was kind of one of the main questions I used to get, especially last year and the year before. Hey, I got this guy, he's my neighbor, he's following me. That makes me nervous. It shouldn't make you nervous. That's good. You can tap into all the guys he knows. So step one, or the basics, is to have a game plan, to have a goal. These are the percentages I think you need to be able to hit to compete with people in your industry. Step one in the whole process is the page needs to be active. And one of the phone calls I always get is well, Ken, I sat through your webinar and you pumped me up, and I went out and I sent out an email to my 5,000 email addresses promoting my fan page, and I was really excited, and I got 10 new fans out of the 5,000 email addresses. What went wrong? Well, probably what went wrong is step one is to actually make sure that your page has content on it. So here's an example of this one agency. As I scroll down, it's full of content. So when they're marketing their page, people see that, hey, this is active. He's promoting that he's updating me on certain industry things, and he's doing fun posts. Yeah, I see all that stuff. I'm going to go like this page, okay? So my point is if you have a new page or you haven't been posting consistently, that's going to be a problem. You can't market your page until it's active. So step one is to make sure that you post for at least 2 weeks straight, 5 days a week, 2 weeks. So 10 good posts on there, and then start to market it. So step one, make sure your page is active. Step two is during those 2 weeks that you're posting, what I want you to start to do is to start to try to build up your personal connections. And this is kind of one of these things where people start to get jittery, and I don't know why, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that you're an entrepreneur. Your goal is to grow your business. And Facebook has a personal page and a business page, but those are only labeled that from Facebook. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you're going to be successful with Facebook, you can't shy away from either page. You have to utilize each of them from an entrepreneurial perspective. So what I want to see you doing is going onto your personal page and building up your friends. And the reason I want you to do that is because Facebook lets you proactively build up your friends. If you click on friends, there's a button that says find friends. You can click on that, and then you can go in and let's just say I want to search my current town. If I do that, Facebook is going to suggest all these people that potentially I could connect with, and I have the ability to click add friend. So what I want you to do is go in there and find people that are legitimate friends or people from the history of your life. I don't want you to request people to be friends with you that you don't know. But I do want you to find people from the history of your life, college, high school, community, all that stuff. Connect with those people. And the reason we want to do it on the personal page, because we can, because Facebook lets us be aggressive and proactive on the personal side. And what that allows us to eventually do is then go on to the business page and invite those people to become fans of the business page, which I'll go through in a second. The third thing you want to be doing is you want to make sure that you have what I call a pre-written message. And this is, again, the first thing I said is you're not going to be successful with Facebook from a marketing standpoint by just saying, hey, go like my page. Either A, that doesn't excite the people, or B, they don't have that good of computer skills or Facebook skills, and they have no idea what you're talking about. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that you write kind of like some instructions. You think back to, like, I don't know if everyone remembers back in grade school where you had to kind of write how to make a peanut butter and jelly. I mean, I still remember this. 30 years ago, it was like 3rd or 4th grade, and we had to write up how to make a peanut butter and jelly. And the teacher would make us stand up there, and they gave us a jar of peanut butter, they gave us a jar of jelly, they gave us a knife, they gave us the bread, and the person in the class would read the instructions that the kid wrote, and they'd try to make the peanut butter and jelly. And my point is one of the kids would not say, put the knife in the peanut butter, spread the peanut butter on the bread. So my point is it's the same concept. When you have some instructions, you really have to break it down for these people. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Bob's Insurance. Then click on the like button on the middle of the page. This will make you a fan, and you will then get our content. So what I'm getting at is step 3 is to kind of take some time, write up 2 or 3 sentences that are instructions on how a friend, a client, a personal, whatever, can become a fan of your page. Then save that on your computer, Microsoft Word, put it on your desktop, and then every time you're getting someone new who you're connecting with, or you're getting someone's email address, just email them that. But again, above the instructions, you got to give them a reason on why they should become fans. Hey, we're using social media as a way to keep you up to date on, life insurance, health insurance, Obamacare. Just give them some sort of sentence or 2 sentences that just tells them the value of becoming a fan. And you would be surprised how much that will increase your conversion ratio. So just to kind of review here, and I apologize if I'm rambling on because this could be an all-day webinar if I wanted it to be. Step 1, you got to be posting, okay? Step 2, you got to make sure that you're proactively growing your personal distribution, because you can then utilize that and invite those people to become fans. Step 3, you want to start to prepare the marketing aspect. You want to have, like I said, some simple, stupid instructions to people on how they can become a fan. And feel free to email me what you write up, and I will critique it and give you some suggestions and help you out with that. Not a problem. Step 4, after you've been going and inviting these people, you want to then go back to your page and click on the Invite Friends area, which should be found, let's see here. Again, I have the new version of Facebook. You can click the Build Audience button in the upper right-hand corner, and you will see the Invite Friends tab, which will let you go through and invite all these people you just connected with personally. Now, just make a note that you can only invite people once, okay? So once you invite them, you can't invite them every day. And again, you'll see the Invite Friends tab. It'll come in here, and you'll see it's got all the people I've invited. Some people have already been invited. Some people I can still invite. That's always a good way to get some people initially. So that's step 4. Step 5 is I want to start to see you guys doing more what I call external marketing. This is how you're going to get a lot of fans. All the things I mentioned before are the basics. They're things that shouldn't take long. They're kind of the foundation. Step 5 is the difference between having 100 fans and 1,000 fans. And, you know, you got to do these things. You have to put your social media presence, you have to promote it. Maybe you have an agency newsletter. Obviously, you have a website. Most importantly, and this is where I see a lot of success, you have to be on the same page as your employees. You know, most small agencies, 2 to 5 employees, I find that there's one person who's in charge of marketing, and then the other 4 people have no idea what's going on. So what good is that? So my point is it can be a team effort. You know, you want to make sure your employees, A, know that you have a social media presence, B, know what the value is, and they're telling the clients who they're talking to every day about it. You know, a great example, we had this Hurricane Sandy 2 years ago, and, you know, I know a lot of agencies that lost power. They couldn't go in their office for weeks, but, you know, their employees still work from home. And my point is geez, you know, social media was a great way to release claims information and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's all there. It's all free. Even though people didn't have power, they still had their handheld phones. And to just have your staff on the same wavelength as that, to be telling the clients that, hey, if we ever have a situation like this, go on our Facebook page and we'll give you information. We'll keep you up to date. That's the difference between a great agency and a super agency. So make sure your staff is on the same page. And then, obviously, it never ends. And this is the thing that separates the beginners from the experts. The experts understand that social media is a marathon. It's like going to the gym. You always go 5 days a week. If you don't go, you get fat and get out of shape. So the importance of posting 5 days a week, it's so important. And then the importance of continuing to do steps 2 through 5, inviting the friends, growing your distribution, constantly marketing your social media presence. Because, again, at the end of the day, you want to keep growing it. You want to have thousands upon thousands of people following you, because that is going to help you increase your distribution. And when, you know, and who knows what new feature may be developed next month and that you'll be able to take advantage of. Some important notes. 1, I don't want to see anyone begging. And what do you say? Well, what do you mean begging? I see it all the time. You know, people will say, please become a fan. We desperately need, you know, 2 more to get to 500. We'll give you a gift card if you become a fan. Trust me, don't do that. It doesn't work. It devalues the value of what you're trying to offer. You don't need to be begging people. You're offering a lot of good stuff on this from the content you're posting. So you don't need to beg. And most importantly, and this is a big one, do not buy fans. 99.9% of these things are scams. Companies in India that'll say, hey, we'll get you 1,000 new fans for $20. And what happens is these companies have made like 1,000 Facebook profiles that they can somehow instantaneously like your page, and all of a sudden you'll have 1,000 fans, but they're all people in India. And then guess what happens? A week later, Facebook catches them and deactivates those 1,000 accounts, and now you don't have those fans anymore. Seen it happen way too many times. Do not buy fans. There's no, you know, it's like anything. It's like working. Social media and working out are so similar. You know, there's always these people who want to buy the miracle weight loss pill. And, you know, the guy who's successful, did he buy the miracle weight loss pill? No. He went to the gym every day. He did his 10 push-ups or whatever, and now he's in good shape. So long story short, guys, consistency, consistency, consistency. Hopefully this was helpful. I went a little over on time, but again, it's a tough topic. We're going to talk a little bit more about this in 2 weeks, kind of the advanced version of it. Today was a little bit more of a beginning. Appreciate your time. Hopefully it was helpful. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.